Alright, welcome to my recording video for Godzilla Save the Earth. So I literally just did a run where the game crashed. It was for what I thought was the recording of the submission. However, I did not realize that I didn't hit record. So that happened. But that's fine, because that run could have been better regardless. And I don't mind running this game, it's fun. So let's get started. 3, 2, 1. So the timing doesn't actually start until the fight starts. I almost started the timer early. Doesn't really matter for marathon settings. I'm not going to go anywhere close to 20 minutes regardless, I don't think. So I can probably start the timer then. But for the potential accidental
versus monsters, fight!
Alright, so Baragon's the first fight. Most well known for its involvement in GTA. Probably the best of the Millennium series. Baragon likes to dig a lot. So our goal is to one, prevent them from digging, and then toss them. And then we're going to try and hit them with this on grip, which you'll see a lot in this run. Preferably when they're standing. If they're a lot of the kaiju like Baragon, if they're still on their hands and knees, will not take nearly as much damage. We want to hit them right in the stomach if we can. The biggest goal is to make sure that Baragon does not start digging. If Baragon starts digging, we're losing time. And because we have to sit there and avoid it, because if Baragon doesn't they'll pick you up and you have to spam the dig to avoid getting tossed and losing more time. So far, so good. Normally, it's much harder to avoid digging. So Baragon will just start digging before you can stop it. And that's Baragon.
KO!
Godzilla 90s is one.
You win!
So not the best Baragon, but not the worst. So loading screens will take a lot of the time from this game, so I'll take a moment to explain the plot of the game. So basically the Zillions have mind control all the kaiju on Earth except one. In this case, got 90s Godzilla.
The monsters,
To
fight!
save the Earth and humanity, this kaiju has to defeat all the monsters and save the Earth. Instead of other titles like Destroy All Monsters, where it says Destroying Monsters. So this was like some good RNG from Megalon. Usually Megalon likes to start off with a bunch of these special moves. And similar to Baragon, he will also dig. Preferably you can stop it. But unlike Baragon, they don't crawl on their hands and knees as often, so it's easier to hit them in the weak spot. So you'll notice they take a lot more damage from those hot press than Baragon does. Making the strategy of picking up is awesome. But we did get some good RG. A lot of times, Megalon specifically likes to just spam his special attack at you from the start. It is faster to just take it. There's no reason to be a hero and try to avoid it or block it or anything like that. He hasn't done nearly as much digging in this fight. The first two fights can just be a nightmare in terms of like pace setting, because they both.
KO!
Godzilla 90s is one.
You win!
All right. Yeah, so the Zillions are controlling all of them. Best known from Final Wars, I would say. They were also in an earlier Godzilla film. But
Godzilla
Final Wars, I would say, is their finest moment.
versus
as far as I'm concerned.
monsters, fight!
It's a good argument for Ghidorah as well. Ghidorah, like Megalon, likes to spam his lightning. But in this case, he decided not to. Ghidorah is like one monster, like a lot of the other monsters I can kind of improvise. If I wanted to defeat Ghidorah, the easiest way is legitimately just hitting with powerful breath from me. I don't know what so something that can happen is there are RNG power-ups throughout the stages. Depending on what he got, that could have caused a lot of problems. Instead, it looks like he lost all of his special. I don't know what he picked up from just know that it's good for the run. Because I've never gone out by the way to use those. Oh, come on. Stop jumping. There we go. Yeah. So there's also potential for him to grab unnecessary power-ups or pickup, which is a G-cell, which is, I guess, evidence from the previous game, the original story that was considered for the game. Because as you might notice, there's not a whole lot of story here. We kind of have an idea of what the story was supposed to be.
You win.
With the zillions and all that, but we don't actually get any of that. From what I understand, there's also a cutscene if you beat the game on its hardest difficulty. I have not done that. But it's very bare bones and just left as a fighting brawler. Which for those of us who like Kaiju is more than enough, but...
Get ready to crumble!
I did that way too slowly. So, there are too many games. I don't know why Godzilla decided to stop moving them. For every arena fighter. One of the reasons... So the main reason we use Godzilla is because... Or specifically 90s Godzilla, is because both of his can be beaten relatively quickly. In this case, you just knock down a building. In reality, you're supposed to be protecting the building from the UFOs for I think like 3 minutes or something. I didn't look at the timer. We never look at the timer because we'd rather just get to the game. You don't need to beat the challenge to beat the game, so we don't. The second mini game is a lot more difficult. And we'll get to that. For now, we're on Mogera. So Mogera was the mobile, whatever acronym for attacking Godzilla. See specifically in Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, my favorite Godzilla films. It's such a cool design despite that. It has a couple interesting things. The biggest thing is like when it gets on a roll, it's really hard to deal with. Like, as you say, it's like they're just charging, hitting moves and all that. The disadvantage though is like when he runs out of special, he can sit there and charge. Fortunately for us, the AI likes to charge. So occasionally we can also get a situation where Mogera is really just it takes a pot, it'll take it straight up hit. And that's why we like this.
KO.
Godzilla 90s has won.
You win.
That was probably the best Mogera fight I've ever had, actually. Like, not even just like speedrunning wise, just like ever. Because I've definitely played this. I played this game a lot when I was growing up.
Guts the monster.
And I felt this really good. So Anguirus is probably one of the first like tough defensive monsters. Long-time friends with Godzilla. But depending on where you can hit him with your atomic death, it can be really hard to actually inflict a lot of damage on him. Because he's got a nice defensive shot. We'll see how it goes though. It can go both ways. Like that, see how you defended it? That's a problem we deal with because he can do that before you hit him a lot. The goal is like when he stands up on his 2E, that's the prime time to hit him. If we can. I don't sit there and wait for it, I'd rather just get damage done. Because you don't know what he's going to do. If he just crawls over, so he's lost time. He's also one of the few monsters that can literally just walk towards you while you're blasting with the special. Most of them will try to fight you back. So this Anguirus is not going particularly well. Which I am on a good pace for the run. So it doesn't seem like it'll matter too much. Yeah, he's one of the hardest ones to just get to that zone. Because it's kind of like a gamble. Like, do I want to attempt to wait, or do I want to just blast and do damage? In this case, I opted for damage because I just wanted to.
KO.
Godzilla 90s has won.
You win.
Alright, next up is Rodan. One of the oldest monsters and one of the few of Godzilla's many foes that has had its own film. The original Rodan, which is a great movie. He's kind of the star stream of the legendary Godzilla film universe. He kind of
Godzilla, the monster.
he starts off on his own, really mad, scary. Then he just kind of bows down to the first monster that beats him down. And then he bows down to the next monster that beats him down. One more specific to one beats down the monster. And Mothra kind of teaches him a nice lesson. But yeah, he's been on and off foe with Godzilla. In the game, he's kind of a pain because he can run a lot. He likes to run away. He flies to hit the buildings being in the way, don't stop him from running. Like that. Of course, the game has to be very clunky because he's a monster. So it's like catching up to him and grabbing him and getting him off can't be a problem. Fortunately, as a result of all that, though, he is actually very susceptible to pretty much any moves. The problem is you have to keep it nearby. That might be it. Yep.
KO.
Godzilla 90s is 1.
You win.
Alright, on to the next screen. The second of the two minigames and the hardest one. In terms of PB pace, this is probably the biggest run killer next to Mothra. Because there's 3 minutes you have to pick up these boulders and knock down the other monsters. And you're going to notice Godzilla doesn't like to pick up boulders very often. Or I might just do it really well and you're not going to know what I'm talking about. But imagine a T-Rex trying to pick up a rock. That's basically what's going on right now. Of course he moved. But I have a set amount of time I have to pick these out, knock everybody down. It's the clunkiest part of the speedrun. Probably the most rage-inducing as well. I don't think I'm going to get it in the first try. I'm going to have to knock down the first one a second time, I believe. Yeah, Ingress dodge, so definitely. Oh, that was perfect. As you see, the first one's back up, so you can't just knock them down once. You have to knock them down quickly, which is not easy. I was hoping I was going to pick up this boulder. So as you can see, this is the biggest potential time loss in the run. In the video I recorded before this, well, I thought I was recording before this, I actually got it first try on all of them, which is amazing. I goal splitted it. This one is going about as well as it usually actually goes. You can lose up to 3 minutes on this. And it's so much of it is just whether Godzilla wants to play properly. It's your T-Rex trying to pick up boulders. That was not ideal. So yeah, this is what can happen. This is probably the worst case scenario. It's why I keep the estimate at 20 minutes. Because the game in general does not take 20 minutes to beat. But when you just have a bad attempt at this, because like this was a PB run base. But see that option's really weird. Oh my god. Yeah. This mini game can just kill at any run. It's 3 minutes long, so like you won't get stuck on here forever. It's probably not the best showcase of my skill, but it's the best showcase of what makes this game kind of unique. And for anybody who's seen this, it kind of has an appreciation when you see somebody just get it first try. All the mini games are kind of clunky, like the incentive I put for Godzilla Basketball, or Kaiju Basketball, I think is what I titled it. Oh my god. So yeah, I'm not gonna get it this time around. Yeah, Kaiju basketball is just as bad in terms of mechanics. Like the giant monster is trying to pick up and throw rocks. So it goes as it goes. I just lost a minute. Them just be the break sometimes. Most fights won't. More often than not, I get it. It's just sometimes you just have that bad luck.
Godzilla, not
And most fights won't take over 2 minutes. Mothra is the biggest risk of going over 2 minutes because you basically fight Mothra twice. As you'll see in a moment. Mothra starts in larvae form. Starts off really weak as a result, as you would expect out of a larva. The problem is Mothra's special has basically two abilities. Start off with, you gotta take enough damage out of it. There's no way to defeat Mothra before she turns into full-on Mothra. There we go. So now we're on to Mothra herself. So you'll notice I'm not going to be using the Atomic Breath at all here. That's because Atomic Breath is basically useless but Atomic Breath is absolutely useless against Mothra. Every Kaiju's moves are negated by Mothra's special. Or her block. Her block utilizes her special, but blocks other monsters' special attacks. In terms of like using her, she's really difficult to use. But you can definitely tell that she's kind of OP as a character. It's like she's the only one that has multiple phases amongst any of the guys in the game. I haven't played this Orca though. Orca might do his whole UFO thing. I can't remember. I was never a big fan of Orca, so I never go on a little bit. So that's a habit. I have. But as you can see, Mothra blocks. So the biggest way to try to defeat her is get to the edge of the screen. It's just kind of like a mud zapper. Because it legitimately does the most damage. Especially if you can combo attack her to constantly bounce off of it. Yeah, she's the only one that should ever go over a few minutes with you. I don't think I've ever taunted twice on accident. So overall, this is about standard for Mothra. She's just an overall kind of a tedious fight. Because you can't use a lot of moves that make but she's not that much more difficult either.
KO.
And I do love my Mothra, so I don't mind that she's such a problem. Mothra's my favorite Kaiju, which is why I wish she was faster for the speedrun. I'd love to run her, just her. I do actually have splits for just Mothra. My favorite Kaiju. But on to the final fight of the run. Mecha Godzilla, version 2. So this is not my personal favorite version of Mecha Godzilla. Mecha Godzilla 3 Kiryu is my favorite. This Mecha Godzilla has the support of resilience. As you might notice, we're in an alien civilization kind of area. So pretty much everything in the surroundings is against it. You may have noticed throughout the game that there's like minor damage, like chains and stuff, fighting the monsters. And this one, they're all against you. None of them are attacking Mecha Godzilla. This is all the Zillion's homeworld. And they're going out of the ways to help him. Fortunately, despite that, he's honestly the easiest, one of the easier fights. As I'm probably going to fail to demonstrate. But more often than not, he's probably one of the most straightforward. Because he's just a Godzilla. The only real difference is, unlike a lot of the other Kaiju, his AI is decent. Because he's the final stage. It's like, hey, you should block, you should dodge. Things that will cause problems for speedrun tactics like hitting Atomic Breath and stuff. kind of trolling him at the moment, but wait for him to get up, start running. Alright, this guy's whacking one myself. And it's over. Time will be when it says KO. So as you can see, despite losing a lot of time in the last 3 stages, particularly in stage 8, where with Kaiju Bowling, within estimate, this is the worst. This honestly was the worst case scenario, which is kind of tragic because the run I just did, despite a very bad beginning, I had a lot of gold splits, and I thought I was recording for this submission. So a lot of my time lost was also versus that, because I basically gold splitted almost every category except the last, I think, Mugira. But this is either way, I think it was a good showcase of what this game has. It wasn't my best run. It was my worst run. And it's still better than my PB video where I was just a salty mess. So hopefully you guys are considering Godzilla. If not, that's cool too. Looking forward to watching BSG regardless, or any other marathon I submit this to. Thank you.